You know that unsettling feeling when you're not sure if your mechanic is being honest? In this video, we're breaking down 13 of the sneakiest scams that could be draining your wallet without you knowing. From outrageous upsells to repairs you never agreed to. Stay tuned to find out how these scams work and how to protect yourself every step of the way. Number 1. Unnecessary oil change upsells. Ever had a mechanic suggest you're overdue for an oil change, even though you clearly remember getting one not long ago? This is a common upsell tactic designed to take advantage of drivers who might not keep track of their maintenance schedules. Modern cars typically require oil changes every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, thanks to advances in engine design and synthetic oils. To make matters worse, fear tactics are often used, like warning you of engine failure if you don't act immediately. Always double-check your owner's manual for the manufacturer's recommendations. That information can save you money and unnecessary trips to the shop. Number 2. Air filter replacement. Every visit. Has your mechanic ever pulled out a dusty air filter claiming it's a must-replace item right now? Sure, air filters are important, but the reality is, they don't need replacing nearly as often as some shops suggest. What they won't tell you is that a slightly dirty filter may still work just fine. Heavy debris or clear discoloration, that's when it's time for a change. Always ask to see it and compare with online photos of filters in proper working condition. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Number 3, brake job when only pads needed. Have you ever been told your entire braking system is on the brink of failure when only your brake pads are worn? It's a common tactic mechanics use, capitalizing on your natural concern for safety. They might throw in suggestions to replace rotors, calipers, or even push for unnecessary brake fluid flushes, services that quickly rack up the bill. In reality, brake pads wear faster than other components, so replacing them is often all that's necessary. Don't hesitate to walk away and get a second opinion. Because sometimes, what they don't say matters more than what they do. Number 4. Your car won't make it home. Fear tactics. Imagine being told your car is so unsafe it might not even make it home. This is a classic fear tactic used to pressure customers into approving repairs they may not actually need. For example, minor issues like a squeaky belt or low fluid levels can suddenly be exaggerated into warnings of imminent disaster. Repair quotes might also be inflated to create an added sense of urgency. Stay calm. Ask for a written estimate that details everything they claim is wrong. Use this time to get a second opinion. It's your best defense against panic-driven decisions. If fear tactics don't work, mechanics often turn to expensive fixes like engine flush scams. Number 5. Engine flush you don't need. Ever been told your engine is full of sludge and that an expensive flush is absolutely necessary? This is a tactic some mechanics use to upsell a service most drivers don't actually need. Even worse, some shops fail to offer any proof before recommending the service, banking on trust or a lack of awareness. Instead, ask to see under the oil cap where sludge would typically accumulate. If it's clean, there's no reason to pay for an additional flush. Handle this calmly. It's your money and your vehicle. But scams like these don't stop here. Number 6. Fake check engine light scare. What if your check engine light suddenly comes on right after leaving the mechanic? Some dishonest shops pull this trick to create problems that weren't there, inflating your bill with unnecessary diagnostics or repairs. A common method involves tampering with sensors or disconnecting wires to intentionally trigger the light. Protect yourself by investing in an OBD2 scanner. If the light seems suspicious, get a second opinion from another shop. Stay sharp. Scams aren't always obvious, but proper checks can save you. Number 7. Replacing parts without your consent. Have you ever returned to pick up your car and found repairs done that you never even approved? Some mechanics skip getting consent, assuming you'll pay rather than argue. This practice isn't just deceitful, it's a breach of trust, and in many cases, a breach of contract. By law, mechanics are required to present a detailed written estimate before starting any work. Review your final invoice carefully, questioning any unexpected charges. If disputes arise, show the estimate and stand your ground. Number 8. Charging for new, installing used. How would you feel paying for what you believe are brand new parts, only to discover your mechanic installed cheap, used ones instead? Unfortunately, this scam is more common than you'd think. Shops cut costs by swapping high-quality OEM parts for used or aftermarket components while still charging you premium prices. Ask for the packaging from any new parts they install and inspect them carefully. Legitimate parts come with documentation and clearly labeled packaging. Number 9. Overinflated labor hours. Ever noticed your repair bill claims more labor hours than the job could possibly require? This common scam preys on customers who don't know the actual time certain repairs take. One example is spark plug and coil replacements. Since the coils have to be removed to access the spark plugs, both tasks are done simultaneously. However, some shops double charge by listing these as separate labor hours, as noted by Peter Mann from SC Vehicle Hire. To avoid falling for this, research standard labor times for your specific repair. There are guides and online resources that provide benchmarks. If the billing doesn't match the time required for the job, question it. And when it comes to costly major rebuilds, the stakes get even higher. Number 10. Urgent transmission rebuilds. Has your mechanic ever insisted you need an urgent transmission rebuild, even though your car isn't showing serious symptoms? This scam plays on fears of catastrophic failure, often targeting drivers with little technical knowledge. Some shops claim a rebuild is essential based solely on vehicle age or mileage, rather than actual issues. The reality is modern transmissions are designed to be durable. Always ask for clear evidence of an issue and get a second opinion from a transmission specialist before committing to costly repairs. Number 11. Tire replacement when only rotation needed. Has a mechanic ever insisted your tires are too worn to drive on and need replacing immediately? Often, the issue may only call for a quick rotation or minor repair. Shops know most people don't track their tread depth, making it easy to exaggerate wear or damage. Before you agree to anything, perform the penny test. Place a penny into the tire tread with Lincoln's head facing down. If you see the top of his head, tread depth is below 2/32 of an inch, which means replacement is necessary. Number 12. Battery replacement scam. Ever been told your battery's dead, even though your car starts just fine? This scam is designed to exploit the urgency of potential breakdowns, convincing drivers to replace perfectly good batteries. Quick lube shops are especially infamous for this, often manipulating tests to show false failures. Protect yourself by asking for a voltage test and requesting to see the results. If the numbers seem off, get a second opinion. Transparency is always key. Number 13. Add-on services you never asked for. Have you ever gone through an invoice and spotted charges for services you didn't request? Add-on scams are surprisingly common, with some mechanics sneaking in extras like fluid flushes, alignments, or even complimentary services that magically appear as a cost. These charges often go unnoticed until you're already at the counter, making it uncomfortable to question them. For instance, unnecessary engine flushes or fuel cleanings are a popular addition, even though they're rarely recommended by manufacturers. According to the McCarthy Auto Group blog, reviewing estimates and final invoices carefully is critical. Question any unfamiliar charges and demand explanations. A good mechanic will gladly clarify. Never feel pressured to pay for anything you didn't explicitly approve. Be proactive to stay protected. Scammers rely on one thing: your lack of knowledge. But now that you're familiar with these 13 common mechanic scams, you have the tools to avoid falling into their traps. Always remember, as Ray Shefska wisely said, auto repairs are like a doctor's diagnosis. A second opinion is something that should always be sought out. It's your right to ask questions, demand proof, and verify anything you're unsure about. Have you experienced a mechanic trying any of these tricks? Share your story in the comments below And don't forget to subscribe for more tips to protect your wallet. Stay informed and stay in control.